Chapter 3 The Shadow of Ithaca. The mess hall hums with the voices of 120 scientists, all awaiting the words of Captain Peter Andrews. A large window of stars is half blackened by the rogue planet below. A raised portion of the floor lies before the window, where a lone podium stands for the captain. Captain Andrews strides in from a doorway with his assistant in tow, Dr. Lechmere. Lechmere holds the captain's speech in a manila folder. At the podium, the captain stops before the crowd to face them. His hair catches up to his scalp and falls on his face, and the captain proceeds to read from the folder his assistant placed before him. Good morning, everyone. He takes a breath to slow himself down. The crowd falls silent. How are we today? Good, the crowd affirms. Excellent. He adjusts the papers on the podium. We've traveled 10 years to get here, and it's taken roughly 16 lifetimes to make this happen. We are the generation fortunate enough to witness this day. He raises his arms to gesture out toward the crowd. They fall at his side, and he breathes a small laugh. We've made it home. The audience roars with applause. His gaze begins to travel across the crowd. So, part of my job now is to report back to Zion. But what's an arrival message without all of you? He gestures again and is met with a brief applause. 120 of you stand before me now, and each of you is an integral part of our team. You are the Odysseus mission. A lone applause drives the whole crowd to cheer. So enough of this talking, the captain laughs. Is everyone ready to send a video home? Yes, the crowd shouts. With a smile, the captain signals his assistant to make the preparations. Our message won't reach them until we're almost halfway home, but the captain shrugs to the crowd's amusement. Dr. Lechmere hands the captain a remote, and Andrews turns to face the crowd once more. Is everybody ready? The crowd shouts again. Yes! I'm sorry, did I hear a no or two in there? The captain turns his head with his ear cupped towards the crowd. The crowd laughs and once more shouts, Yes! All right. Andrews presses a button, and a red light appears in the corner of the glass behind him. The large window brightens to mask the stars with a wide-angle shot of the crew. In the front, directly in the center, Dr. Andrews stands before planet Zion. He begins with a charismatic tone. Hello, my name is Dr. Peter Andrews, descendant of the Mandel family and proud captain of the Mandel Star Explorer. I am here with the brightest minds of our time to send you a greeting from Earth. Dr. Lechmere displays drone footage of the surface to send home, all of it hand-selected to be G-rated material. The captain continues speaking along with the display. The Earth is a dark world with frozen wastelands. On the surface we have witnessed fractured societies and fallen nations, but not all of what we found was dark. Animals you have never seen lay perfectly preserved. Trees are grouped in massive forests, stretching hundreds of thousands of miles. And finally, the records of a time long forgotten. The feed changes back to the view of the crowd, and Captain Andrews waves his hands to Dr. Lechmere. The assistant pulls up a new display on the screen. Eyes become like glass in the crowd as they see water that stretches outward to the sky. Birds that aren't pigeons or ravens. A young boy's triumphant jump makes the room hum with laughter. The ocean breathes its hypnotic rhythm. The lights brighten in the room to show faces cocked back with open mouths. The stillness is stirred by a sudden glance at their neighbors, then back to the captain. The red dot blinks off the screen. The captain leans into the podium. How's that for a postcard? The voices begin to whisper to one another. The captain raises his hand for everyone's attention. This is what we're trying to piece together. I wish you all the best of luck, and may the next 11 years be the best of your lives. Welcome to Earth. The room erupts in applause. Andrews and Lechmere make their way to the door in haste. Elizabeth and Julius look at one another. They've worked hard to make the highlight of their message home, and they're proud of that. It's become the punctuation of their mission statement. It firmly tells that they are here for the right cause. It is the product of their shared passion, their will to enrich the lives back home, and most important of all, it's the product of the love from one friend to another. Julius raises his coffee in a toast to Elizabeth. Her eyes still hold the dark circles from the night before. She smiles at her one true friend, then a pit grows in her stomach. Just now, as he's raised his hand, Elizabeth can see the scar on his forearm, the one that she'd never seen before.